Hello. Hi guys, I'd like to thank you all for coming tonight to the 2017 annual awards night here at Halesowen Town. As we all know, it's not been the best of seasons, but let's put that behind us and crack on. I'd like to introduce, if I may, the most impartial broadcaster on radio. When he's ready. Yeah, we've covered over the ones that say Tommy Tom, We're guaranteed this evening, by the way, that Adam's not going to mention handball at all. That's all right, Adam, that's all right. Just like your radio listeners. Anyway, here he is, Mr. Adam Forbes. Thank you.
Thank you, Dave, and congratulations on becoming whatever you are these days. Head of everything. Thank you for inviting me again. Third year running, you must be mad, Steve. 5 awards tonight, and the first one is going to be for the Players Player of the Year. We're going to introduce Matt Clark, if he's about to come on to the stage. Have you just opened up there?
I was just going to say I made a conscious decision that, not to drink tonight and keep away from Twitter.
I can't even follow that. So let's move on with the award for the Players Player of the Year. And the award, if you want to announce that, who does it go?
Surprise, surprise, Ace of Charlton.
Where's Dusty, Ace?
Well, that was going to be my first question, actually, John. You probably made more headlines for the dog than actually your appearances on the pitch.
Yeah. That dog's a pain in the ass. Oh, we see him going.
Could you believe it when it happened on the day itself?
No, not really. Yeah, that dog's honestly been a pain in the life since I've had him. I wish I never had him.
On a serious note, it's been a fabulous season once again for you. Solid as a rock at the back, and you know, age isn't getting in your way, is it?
I wouldn't say that. I think that I was probably I played better maybe last season than this season. I think that we've really struggled at times this season, and obviously I as well. I think that we need to improve a lot more going forward next season, and obviously, hopefully, I can be involved in that as well. But you know, time is catching up with me, so you know, fingers crossed I can carry on maybe and influence as much as I can. But you know, it probably last season, this season probably my best season going forward. So you know, it's probably not going to happen again.
The season as a whole has been a bit of a disappointment, and the fact, I suppose, that a defender has got the Players Player of the Year probably just shows how important the back line has been for the Yeltz this season.
Yeah, definitely. I think that obviously we play and the other guys, and it's always going to be difficult. We've struggled to score goals this season, and I think that our defensive record isn't too bad, but you know, obviously we need to do much better, and it's not been brilliant all season. So yeah, I think it's better, like I say, to just draw a line under it and hopefully look forward to next season.
That's Paul to step up now.
Go on, Ethan.
Nice to see you, sir. This award is for what?
The Supporters Player of the Year.
Okay, and the award is just there. Okay. Do you want to announce who-
Yes, and this award goes to, once again, Asa Charlton.
Where's Dusty?
I suppose it means as much both to get the award from the players as well as it does, it's probably more from the supporters really, that will mean a lot because, you know, you've had phenomenal support all season.
Yeah, it's great. I think, obviously, the support as well. It's just amazing, really, to have all this appreciation, especially at my age as well, you know. Brooks keeps saying to me I'm too old and stuff, so it's just great to be able to play, and obviously to have these awards is amazing, so it's really appreciated.
How many years do you reckon you have got left in you?
I don't know, it's up to John, I suppose.
Congratulations both players, player of the year. Okay, to the manager's player of the year, if Mr. Hill would like to step forward. Just before we present that, just a quick thought about the season as a whole. First half better than the second half.
Yeah, definitely. Without a shadow of a doubt. There was one stage where we put a good run together and we was looking forward, but you know, we run a bad results and we spent way too long at the wrong end of the table. But you know, thankfully, did enough to stay in the league, and I think it's already been said, we need to put that behind us very quickly and move forward.
One thing that worked in your favour was a certain Cameron Anderson early in the season, scoring goals. I guess that's the kind of thing you'll be looking for during the summer months, to get someone else who can, you know, get you 20-30 goals a season.
Yeah, definitely. You know, doesn't take a genius to work out we've not scored enough goals, and came and, you know, he was top goal scorer. I think he was still third highest goal scorer for a long time after he'd gone back to Shrewsbury, you know, so yeah, we'd love to get Cayman back, and if not, we would be looking for somebody similar to that.
Overall, your defence has been pretty solid all season. We've just dished out 2 awards to Asa, but it's pretty much stood firm throughout.
It has, but you know, it's an old cliche, we defend from the front, and you know, the defence and Platte do they deserve a lot of credit, but the old teams defended well at times, so it's a collective thing, I'm sure.
Just one last question. I asked you this on the radio. Is it a little bit of frustration that you've gone to places and got good results, and perhaps against some of the lesser sides not performed as well?
Yeah, I mean, especially, you know, we away from home, our record's been better this season, and I think over previous seasons as well. And the place where we want to perform better is at home. You know, because that's where our supporters come in the droves, really, week in, week out, and you know, to say where we finished and they still come, you know, we want to give them better. And one thing's for sure, me and Matt are working our fingers to the bone to try and give them better, and we'll continue to do that.
Okay, John, let's hear who's won the manager's player of the year.
Well, I'm really thinking about changing it.
Answer again.
But yeah, Mr. Consistent, Asa Charlton.
I'll keep it brief this time. Hardest teams to defend against this season?
Norwich.
Because
I think, yeah, the movement and stuff was brilliant. So Norwich was Spennymoor probably.
live?
They weren't too bad, to be honest. I think Spennymoor or Norwich were probably the toughest.
What would you like to see next season? A good cup run?
A centre forward.
two go hand in hand, really, don't they?
Yeah, definitely. I think that if we have a goal scorer to go along with the boys we've got already, I think we've got a great chance. I think that we've got the makings of a great team. So,
Hey, so many congratulations. We'll have the Clubman's Award in just a moment. I just want to give a personal thank you to somebody who isn't here tonight, and that's Rob Lloyd. Halesowen Town has probably had more coverage on Black Country Radio this season than any other, thanks to his sterling work while he's been reporting the away matches. So, just to put on the record, my thanks to Rob, also to Matt Ponter, who's done a brilliant job for us as well. And although he's not here tonight, Richard Nevin as well for when he's been available for covering the home games as well. So hopefully we've given Halesowen Town plenty of coverage this season on Black Country Radio. And also a big thank you to all those who have come on the Friday night show during the course of the season as well. It's much appreciated. And thank you all for making me feel welcome at the club as well. Steve, your turn next. So, the Clubman Award.
Yeah, this Clubman Award is someone at the club that puts in a shift every game. Not necessarily the best player on the pitch, but the work rate, the commitment. This player in particular has had me screaming my head off and tearing my hair out at times, but you cannot fault his effort and loyalty to the club, and I'm pleased to present this to Danny Grigaldi.
Danny, congratulations.
thank you very much.
Been a tough season, but at least you're still in the Northern Premier League for another season.
That's it, mate. That was the aim, start of the season, to make sure we was here, consolidate. Initially, it's always the aim to make sure that you're in the league next year, so we've done that. Carry on.
Was it a bit of a worry towards the end of the season?
There's always a concern when you're down there, obviously. But I think deep down, the lads, with the quality that we have got in the squad, I think we always thought that we could get through it. So.
What would you like for next season? Another striker, as Ace is pointing there?
To beat Stourbridge.
Yeah, beat Stourbridge would be a start, wouldn't it? And just crack on, just obviously get our heads down and get a good start to the season. I don't think the start particularly helped us out. We had a tough run of games, didn't we, when we first started the season. Obviously didn't get as many points on the board initially as we wanted, then we had a good run and then we hit a lull. So hopefully a bit more consistency and we can be in and about the playoffs next year.
Toughest midfield battle this season was against who?
Tom.
Good question. Probably Blythe, decent, moved the ball well, and always a tough team to play against.
Danny, congratulations.
Cheers, thank you very much.
Right, if you fancy having 40 winks, now's the time to do it, because I'm about to introduce the president of Halesowen Town. Mr. 50 points himself, Colin Brooks.
First things first, I'm the piss taker at this point. I don't want to be allowed to take the piss. Thank you for inviting me in. I've always got a few things to say, haven't I? I promise you just a few. About an hour, alright. My main thanks today is to the fans who stuck through us thick and thin this season. The majority. We get the Mr. Corbyn's of Halesowen Town. Never a leader, always a protester. But every club gets there. But basically, we have had a dreadful season. Everything that could possibly have gone wrong has gone wrong, on and off the pitch. Somehow we've managed to stay in the league, then my cup's always half empty, as most of you know. I got us relegated by about 3 months ago, and I kept telling Matt and John, and I persuaded you that we needed 50 points, didn't I? He was saying 40. I said, you're pissed. I didn't know what you're talking about. But anyhow, we managed to get the 50 points, and I've got to pay great tribute to the playing staff and the players, because they made sure that we stayed up, and it was so important to stay in this league this year with what might be happening in the next 12 months, so changing all these leagues. Scott's here tonight. Thank you for your sponsorship, Scott. Didn't realise that you was putting so much in, but any more next year will be more than welcome.
I'll check the account.
But thanks very much, seriously. And thank you for your sponsorship. And everybody else who's contributed this year to sponsorship. The committee here today have been getting stick. One of the reasons I stood down as chairman last year was because I was convinced that the people that was helping to run the club was doing a great job. And I know they get criticism, because it's easy to criticise if you do frig up. There's doers and there's sayers. The sayers say a lot that do frig up, and the people that do the work, they're the ones that we must thank. Now, we wouldn't have a club if it wasn't for the supporters and the people that help to keep this club going. The fellow behind me, well, he's hiding as usual. I've been his biggest critic over the last 5 or 6 years. The things I've said to him, I'm amazed I'm still here. I've called him every name under the sun. But what I will say to him, and people forget, and I know I'm rambling on, but 6 years ago, we was 2 days from closing. The Englands had disappeared at Christmas. We didn't have a pot to piss in. We was having to play games not to win games, just to get through the season so we wouldn't get kicked out of the league. That's how bad it was. And Steve came along and he bought the club, I think, was it 3 and 6? but, and people forget it. It's easy to forget. He's made mistakes, big mistakes, and he's going to suffer for it this season, ain't he? But there you go. But please remember that if it hadn't been for him getting the club out of the clutches of crooks, we would have been shut. And that's fact. That is fact. And he'll take his criticism, and I'll give him plenty. There's other people as well as Steve that's got to be thanked. Some of them aren't at the club. Some of them aren't at the club. And they deserve great credit. And some are still here. The golden oldie sat behind me here. Look at it. Brains written. Again, so thank you to all those people. You've got a new chairman. I don't know much about it. She's certainly prettier than me, I think. And she's certainly got more brains. But I just ask you, please give her a chance. Please give her a chance. That's all I ask. And if it doesn't work out, then what we lost. I've had about 25 phone calls in the last 2 days. And the first thing I say to her is, have you changed your mind? Because a week's a long time, isn't it? So please get together, stick together as a group of fans. And if we can get sponsorship, fine. The pictures is best I've seen it, isn't it? So we ought to be starting the season tomorrow. I didn't even get my boots out. Even Acer might be able to kick it with his right foot on there. Where's Dusty? I've got an award here for Dusty. He won us them 3 points. He won us them 3 points, didn't he? Because we was only drawing. But anyhow, I can't remember what I was here for. What was I here for? I was asked to give every year I've given an award for the most promising player, the youngster. And I couldn't give it this year because we didn't have that many youngsters that have played that many games. So I've changed the thing, and I've given it to a player who, in my opinion, he represents everything that's been good about Halesowen Town this year and the last 2 or 3 years. Works hard, plays when he's injured, never misses a game. I call him a good pro. Someone you can hang your hat on. Couldn't chop a bag of concrete, but seriously,
They all look then, Colin.
I know they all still. But seriously, I think he's been had an outstanding season in a very difficult season, and I know that John and the backroom staff have told me what a big help he's been in and out of the dressing room. So my player of the season is Jay Denny.
Jay, many congratulations. You're something of a captain courageous figure of this club.
Yeah, I think everything's been mentioned before. We spoke about a lot of negatives. It's been a difficult season for everyone. The core group have all had good spells, bad spells, but I'd like to think, like Brooksy said, during the bad spells I've tried to lead by example, play through injury and get the club over the line to stay in the league. So,
how proud are you to play for this club?
Means a lot to me. I've come into non-league nearly 12 years ago. I've had a brief spell at the Neaton, but this was my first proper non-league club. So I would say this is my club. So that's all I can say really.
You certainly wear your heart on your sleeve, and you've been through a few injuries and played through a few injuries as well this season.
Yeah, Stafford was a nasty one. But there was no way I was coming off. And then Ilkeston with my back, but I think that's age creeping up with me. So.
It's been it's not been a brilliant season for the club, but certainly defensive-wise, it's been great. Congratulations on your award, Jay Denny, everybody. And that concludes the presentations. Congratulations to Aether, to Jay, and also, I can't remember who, but to Danny, sorry Danny, to Danny as well on his award. And thank you again, Steve, for inviting me to announce them. And thank you, good night.